Scientific study of Vedas, creation of universe, starting from BRAHMAM, class 47. Today, what we are going to say is based on an Upanishad called Narasimha Upanishad. In this it says that everything is created based on Anushtup that we have already seen. Now, through this Upanishad, they are presenting the structure of the universe, structure of our planetary system, and the structure of the atom. These three are presented in the form of chakras. These chakras are named as Sudarshan Chakra, Maha Chakra, or Narasimha Chakra. We know based on chantas, suktas have different meanings. So, these three chakras are actually almost alike, but one is related with the structure of the universe, one is related with the structure of our planetary system. That can be treated as Sudarshan Chakra. But this planetary system is also a part of this universal structure. So, Sudarshan Chakra also is contained that portion also. At the same time, everything is created based on from this atom. The universe, this planetary system, everything is created from this Anushtup Chandas or through atom. So the structure of atom also is comes under these three chakras. So these three chakras are interdependent. So now let us go through the Upanishad, and it is 5th Upanishad, and the Sukta is 2. And let us go through it and see what it says.
Narasimha Purva Tavanya Upanishadil, Ancham Upanishadil, Renda Mantra. Edatsu Darshanam Mahachakram Tasya Madhye Nabhyam Taragam Bhavadi Yadaksharam Narasimham Egaksharam Tat Bhavadi Shatsu Patreshu Shadaksharam Sudarshanam Bhavadi Ashtasu Patreshu Ashtaksharam Narayanam Bhavadi Dodeshasu Patreshu Dodeshaksharam Vasudevam Bhavadi Shodashu Patreshu Madrigadya Sabinduga Shodashakala Bhavadi Do Trimshatsu Patreshu Dwa Trimshadaksharam Mandra Raja Narasimham Anushthubham Bhavadi.
It says Sudarshana Chakra or Maha Chakra contains 32 petals. We know as per Anushtup Chandas, the maximum number of electrons seen in any orbit in any atom is 32. Even though from 4th, 5th orbit onwards, more than 32 electron can be occupied. But in practice, we are seeing only 32. Maximum electron that can be seen in any orbit is 32. That is what understood Chandra says. And in modern science also, if we take the electronic configuration of or electronic distribution of electrons around the nucleus of any atom, we can see maximum 32 in any orbit. And at the center, this Narasimha, Om Narasimha is written in this given at the center. That means from Om, this universe was emerged. That is the Adima mantra. Through Om, this universe came out. Narasimha is the chakra or atomic structure represented by this Anushtup Chandas. Thereafter, and this center is actually the nucleus. Around it, there comes 6 petals. As per modern science, maximum number of electron in the first orbit is near to the nucleus is 8. In this section, first is 2. In the second it is 8. In the third it is 18. And the fourth onwards it is 32. These are called principal orbits or principal quantum number. Then these orbits are again further divided into 4 based on the ellipticity of the orbit. So there are other 4 quantum numbers. First is orbit is principal quantum number. Second is subsidiary quantum number or azimuthal quantum number. There are 4 types: S, P, D and F. So in the S there is possibility of 2. In the P shell 6. In the D subshell 10. And the F subshell 40. So S, P, D and F is 2, 6, 10 and 40. So in the first orbit only possibility is 2. So there is only S sub level only, because S can occupy 2. That is we mentioned at the center. So in the second shell there is 8 is possible. Out of this 8, it is again divided into 4. It is not necessary to divide into 4. Only S and P is enough. S can contain 2, P can contain 6. So 2 and 6. So 6 is the next level. So there is, that is P subshell, that is represented as 6 petals in this Upanishad. And in the electronic configuration, if we go through the net, we get the electronic configuration of atom in this form. It is given as S, P, likewise it is mentioned. In each P shell, how many numbers are possible? Hydrogen, helium, likewise, all atoms are. That we can see electronic configuration. If you go through the net, you can see the chart. And based on this chart also, we are comparing it with the Sukta. So, First is 2, that is at the center, that is S subshell. In the second, 8 is possible. Out of this, 2 is in the S cell and 6 is in the P subshell. That is represented as 6 petal in the sukta. Thereafter comes 8. That 6 is represented by Sudarshana mantra, because if we are considering this chakra as our planetary system, this 6 represents the 6 planet revolving around its sun. In the atom at the center is nucleus. In our planetary system at the Sudarshana chakra, in the center is sun, and around it there are 6 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. 6 planets are there. So that represents in this Sudarshana chakra, this represents 6 represents the 6 planets. And the case of atom, these are P subshells. So through the same mantra, it is giving us the structure of the atom and its electronic configuration, and also the structure of our planetary system, that is Sudarshana chakra. So in these 6 Sudarshana mantras are given. Now thereafter comes 8 petals in this chakra, Maha chakra or Anushtup chakra, or this Sudarshana chakra itself, in this Narasimha chakra. So after 6, 8 petals are coming. That means in the third orbit 18 is possible, but we cannot put 18 as per the octet rule or Ashtadikpalaga rule. No electrons in the outermost orbit can be greater than 8 numbers. So thereafter in practice, in the third orbit also, in polar atoms 8 is possible. In such atoms we can see only 80. So it is a repetition of this second orbit. So there also 2s and 6p are possible. So 8. So 8 petals are in the third orbit. But if that is based on this electronic configuration of this atom. In the case of our planetary system, we have seen at the center sun, then 6 planets. Thereafter we are giving the 8 direction, north, south, east, likewise 8 directions. So nucleus, thereafter comes this planet, thereafter on the outer side we are marking the north, south, east, etc. direction, Ashtadikpalagam. In the atom, it is the third shell with a 2s level and a 6p level. In the fourth orbit, also 8 is possible maximum in such atoms. That is clear from this chart, because we cannot put more than 8 in the outermost orbit. So we will put 8 and then the balance in the outermost orbit, next orbit, and so on. So in this case also 2 in the S level and 6 in the P level in the fourth orbit, and in the third also there is 2 and 6. So if we take a P, in the second, third orbit and fourth orbit there are 6 each, so 12 is there. So there are 12 petals in the fourth orbit. In the case of planets, our planetary system, this outer space is first nuclear, then 6 planets, then 8 directions. Thereafter, we are drawing the Rashi Chakra or zodiac, 12 zodiacs. That means the outer space is divided into 12 with a 30 degree each. So it represents Rashi, and in atom it represents the fourth orbit. So 12. Thereafter, there it is represented in the Vasudeva mantra. Thereafter comes 16 petals. That is seen in atom only. 16 atoms. So, in that case, D shell also is possible. SPD. Yes, there is 2. That is in all cases. Then comes P6, D10. That is 16. 10 plus 6, 16. So 16 petals are there in the next shell. That is 16. There we represents the Narasimha mantra in that, in the 16 petals. That is, that orbit onwards contains 2 subcell, the S level, 6, P11 and 10, D level. So P and D is 16. S is common. Thereafter, 32 is possible. More than 32 electrons are coming. So thereafter it is 32. So in the outer there are 32 petals. So this mantra, this represents the Anushtuba Chandas with the 32 letters. So the Anushtuba mantra was this chakra, Sudarshan chakra, Maha chakra or Narasimha chakra or Anushtuba chakra. This chakra represents the structure of the universe or the structure of the planetary system or the structure of the atom. In the structure of the atom, the electronic configuration is clearly mentioned as, at the center there is S, that is Ekakshara, Om Narasimha at the center. In the planetary system, it is Sun. So in the atom, it is nucleus. So in the Sudarshana Chakra, there is Sun at the center, and in the atomic structure there is nucleus at the center. There lies this Ega BRAHMAM or Narasimha or Om Narasimha. Thereafter comes 6 planets into the Sudarshana Chakra, and in the atom there are 6 petals representing the 6 electron in the P shell of the second orbit. Thereafter comes 8. In the Sudarshana Chakra it represents 8 directions, and it in the in the electronic configuration of atom, that is 2 plus 6 S and P electron in the third shell, 8. Thereafter comes 8, again 8. That also is a repetition of the third, that is 2 plus 6. So that is, there are 6 in the P shell of the third orbit and 6 P in the fourth orbit. So there are 12. In the Sudarshana Chakra, it represents the 12 rashis. Thereafter comes 16 electrons. That is, in that from that on orbit onwards, D shell also possible. So 6 in the 2 in the S, 6 in the P shell, and 10 in the D shell. So 16 is possible. So 16 petals. Thereafter, the atom become very big. So 32 is possible, and 32 is the maximum number that is seen in any atom, and that represents Anushtu Chandas. As per Anushtu Chandas, there are 32 letters. So that is the structure of this universe or planetary system, or the electronic configuration in an atom, and it is represented by this, such as chart: center 2, then 6, then 8, then 12, then 16, then 32, and so on.